Hello, I would like to share with you an experience I had the other night, or should I say, I didn't have it, and in fact that's the point of this whole video. So what do I mean by that? Well, the other night the realization manifested in me that I do not exist. What are you talking about, Joe? Well, the very notion of I and me is a construct. It's a created construct. It's a consequence of conscious awareness manifesting in this seemingly physical realm. Basically, we are born into this physical body. We associate that as being us. We create this identity. It's created, we're given a name, the way people react to us, how we interact with them. The experiences we have build this I. But essentially, it doesn't exist. The real us is actually the conscious awareness. It's the awareness of that. Now, recently people have been talking, Jim Carrey, for instance, has been talking about this in various interviews you may have seen on YouTube. He said, Jim Carrey does not exist, I do not exist. And obviously the media has reacted with, is he going through some kind of crisis? What's going on with... But I've watched that video and I've watched other people commenting on that video. Now, you can get the idea of what he's saying as a concept, but that's not really what I'm talking about here. You can understand it as a concept. Okay, maybe we don't exist, and try and, think about it. But it's not about that. It's about actually realizing it within, that I and you do not exist. Now, what do we do with that? And how does that help? Well, because, we've still got to pay the bills, we've still got to live our lives. How does that help? Well, it helps because once you realize that we are all conscious awareness and we are not these I's, that egos that bounce up against each other and cause conflict and wars, once you realize we are all conscious awareness and in such are one, then we can't be divided. One cannot be, how can we be divided if we are all one? We can't be, can we? But it's constantly reinforced and sold to us over and over again that we are all, this is all we are. We are these, the I is what we are, when it's in fact an illusion. The I that I present to the world, that I present to my family, to my friends, is something that's constructed by our interaction. It's what we use to interact with each other, but it's an illusion interacting with an illusion, but behind that is the conscious awareness that we all are. So it's kind of like, I suppose it's like if you ever played a console game, a video game, and you've been so involved in it that the time has passed, you spent hours playing and you didn't realize, and you get so involved in it that it's almost like you've become so invested in the character that becomes your reality for a little while, and then you sort of snap out of it, blimey, 3 hours have gone by. Now that's what happens to us all in this reality. We become so invested in it because we're told that this I is what we are, that we believe that this is our reality, that is it, that's who we are, that's all we are. And if you can get people to believe that, then you can prey on the insecurities of what that illusion is and sell them the same thing over and over again. You can divide and conquer them. The people we put into power, they use divide and conquer. They set us against each other whilst screwing all of us over. So if the whole world realised that the I of all of us does not exist, we couldn't be controlled or manipulated, could we? That phone that we sold you 3 months ago, which we said, would make you popular and hip and everyone would think, wow, what a cool person, they've got this new phone. Well, we got a new one. It's even better, so you've got to buy it again. We constantly sold the same thing over and over again because we're told that is, because we supposedly are physical in this physical, supposedly reality, that's what we need to make things better. I'll feel better if I have that phone. I'll feel better if I have that big house and that new car. I'll feel better. But it doesn't work. It's trying to fill a void that can't be filled by things, because that void is the fact that deep down we know that we are more than this. And just feeding the the physical and the ego of the I isn't fulfilling because it's feeding an illusion. How many times, it's become a cliche, hasn't it, that there'll be a famous person, a celebrity who seemingly has everything. They have all the wealth, they have the cars, everything, yet they crash and burn. Why? Because they're adding to the illusion. And it's not about adding and adding, it's about taking away in the part of stepping back and realizing, not just understanding it as a concept, but realizing within that I do not exist. You do not exist. So yeah, that's basically what happened to me the other night. And with that realization came a deep sense of peace and a quietness in the mind, because our minds are always going, aren't they? Constant. The monkey mind is always chattering. And, you might say, well, this is all very nice, mate, but I've still got to pay the bills and live my life. Yeah, you have, but you can live your life, but with the knowing that if you live that, but knowing that the I that we all are does not exist, and that we are this conscious awareness, then it helps you to not get so involved in the drama which can drag us down and put us against each other and cause conflicts and cause troubles within all our lives and the whole world. If you can do that, you can step back. So it doesn't mean you don't have meaningful relationships with people. You have even more meaningful relationships because you realise we are all one. There's no division. So, yeah, and also, this is nothing new. This is not a new revelation. This is what we've been told through thousands of years. Yet we hear it, but the trouble is we're hearing it with the ears and the mind of the I, which is the illusion. And you have to get past that. This is a concept, again, that I've wrestled with for years because, in spirit, I'm interested in spiritual stuff and, psychic stuff, paranormal, all that kind of thing. And with the spiritual stuff, you're told that, there's no hierarchy, there's no spiritual hierarchy you have to climb. You're already there. We already have all that we need. And you think, oh no, well I don't actually know, but that's the thing. They say the I has to the you have to die to get out the way. The ego has to die before you can attain enlightenment or whatever. And you hear this and you think, well, this doesn't make sense. It sounds like a paradox, and it gets frustrating and you get annoyed. Well, that's what's happened to me anyway. But it's easier than that. It's not about killing the ego or killing the self. It's about realizing that self never existed in the first place. Once that is realized, and the conscious awareness that we are is realized, then there you go. That's how it seems, appears or manifests within me. You may have other ideas. Obviously, we're all on this crazy rock, aren't we? We're all living this life trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And I just thought I'd share with you what happened to me and what it was like, because it has made me look at everything and everyone in a different way since then. Because once you realise that we are all this I that we present, this I that's been constructed over years, doesn't exist. You can't be controlled and manipulated and hopefully not drawn into all these dramas we so easily get drawn into. Because ultimately, it's an illusion. I don't exist. You don't exist. We are conscious awareness. Realise that. You can step back and not get so involved in the dramas that cause so many problems for us and the whole world. So, thanks for listening. I hope I haven't rambled too much. If you've got any comments, leave them underneath the video. But thanks for listening. Cheers.